So this is day 2 of my 30-day adventure where I'm recording a video and I'm going to upload it at some point today. But right now I've got myself ready to go out and spend the day with someone very close to me. And even though the weather is looking a little bit overcast, it doesn't matter. I know we're going to have a fantastic time. And I say that because I just feel it in my body. Yeah. So, as I said in my last video, my first and last video, that I don't have a specific topic or a script to follow. But having said that, a little while ago, when I happened to check my email, I found an email from someone that was sent to me at 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. And yes, it was sent at 3 a.m. I know that because that person and I are in the same time zone. So it wasn't just that I'd received it at 3 a.m., but it was sent at that time. And it got me thinking, it got me thinking about what state of mind and body that person might have been in. And knowing the history of this person, I was, a little bit attuned to the possibility that they may not have been having a great time to be up and sending me an email at that time. And so I kind of, did a silent intention, a wish for that person to be in good health, body and mind, not just today, but every day. And that felt good, that I was able to remember, to think of doing that. And it felt good to be offering that intention. But it also got me thinking about, around this particular idea, and that is, you just never know. You never know. And, I've had this realization before that you never know a lot of things, and you will never be able to know a lot of things. For instance, you'll never know when you're going to see someone for the last time. You never know if you're ever going to have a particular feeling that you're enjoying so much at this moment, that you're ever going to experience it again. You never know what impact you might have on someone. And it could be anyone, not just someone who is, in your social circles, or someone that you have close proximity with. It could be a stranger, someone that you don't even meet, that you may not even share eye contact with, but who nevertheless has an impact on you, and that you may have an impact on whom you may have an impact as well. And I say this because I've been in so many situations where, I watch people from a distance, or I notice someone at a distance, and the way they're walking might remind me of times when I also walked in that way, or what my state of mind and body were when I was walking in that particular way. Or I might see someone looking in a certain way, and I can remember, you know, the feeling that I've had behind a similar look that I might have had, and and it can bring that up, even if just momentarily. Um, and of course, you know, there are those people whom I've had close proximity with, but never knowing that I was having such an impact on them. Certainly hadn't ever intended consciously to have an impact on them, but did. And how do I know that? Because years later, sometimes, you know, we might meet unexpectedly, and then they might say something like, you know, when you said that, or I remember that time, and you know, and I felt this and that and the other, and I think to myself, wow, I never knew that, I never realized that. And so, you know, I'm very conscious of the fact that we never know when we will ever have a similar experience with another person, for example, you know, because things are always changing. You know, things are always changing. And sometimes we feel that, oh my God, we're so grateful that things are always changing, because especially when we're in unpleasant and awful situations, and at other times we wish things would never change because we're in such, you know, beautiful, happy, gorgeous situations, having wonderful experiences and so on. But things are always changing, and so we never know when we're going to have an experience, a similar experience ever again. We never know how a relationship is going to evolve. It doesn't mean that there's nothing that we can do about it. Whereas we may not be able to control exactly what happens, you know, what the outcome of a relationship or an encounter is. We can't guarantee that. But what I know, this thought about never knowing, you know, how things are going to turn out, or never knowing whether I'll see somebody again, whether this will be the last time that I see someone. I know that that kind of thinking, what's done for me is it's made me want to really bring my best into every moment and really make the most of every moment. And, you know, it's not like it happens every single time, far from it. But just having that kind of orientation and attitude, for me, has been just really life-changing for me. Okay, I didn't expect to get into that kind of serious and sobering topic. Almost. I didn't expect that, but there you go. I never know what I'm going to be saying. And I think, as far as I'm concerned, for now, that's a damn good thing. Anyway, if you're watching this, and if you have some thoughts around this fact of life that you never know, please do share your experiences, your thoughts about it. And thank you if you happen to be watching this. Thank you. And I will, you never know what I'm going to be talking about in my next video. And in the meantime, have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.